Yeah, what's up? Welcome back, kings and queens. We're back again. As usual, that's the Miwa case. We're going to find out more cooking, and the cooking is it's not making sense. I mean, the argument that was going on today, to the point where Rata even had to come in to help Baloi, just trying to assist him. And he's helping him with less understanding himself. Because why would he decide to tell us about Arnold Bolt? Arnold Bolt? Who's Arnold Bolt? Because we know Usain Bolt, if he's talking about the fastest sprinter around, that's Usain Bolt, that guy with the record. So, from Brazil. From Jamaica. So, who is Arnold Bolt? Anyway, let's leave that alone. I just want to find out from you guys, because let's say Ntanzi agrees, okay, this photo, this date is right. Whatever you are presenting here, Baloi, it was taken on September, right, 22nd, when I was in prison in 2020. What is argument? What is going to be the argument behind it? Like with Baloi, what is he trying to prove? I mean, it's even bad for them, because now what are they going to say? That but the police used to let Ntanzi go home and take photos and come back. Is that how they're gonna view, like, voice this? I don't understand. Why is he hell bent on trying to, prove that this photo is of Ntanzi, and the date is the same date that he's trying to prove that? And Ntanzi still maintain that no, this photo on this side shows that it was deleted, and on this side it shows this is the original. It's just a photo. Like, I mean, I don't understand the argument behind the state's point of view. Like, the way they're trying to prove this, I don't know where they're getting it. I don't know what they're trying to get it. I mean, if he agrees, let's say he agrees, yes, it's me, and then that date that you said, what is Balloon going to say? I mean, there's a disconnect here. Ntanzi is telling you the same thing. This is the photo. Give me the metadata of that photo, and then you present it. After that, you disagree with him. No, it's not that one. It's not that one. And the judge comes in. He has to decide to help Baloi, because he realized that his son is failing. This money. Let's just check out a little bit of what was going on, and then we come back with some more.
Choose your price for a ride up front.
Yes, guys, so let's stop that.
The path, it says DCIM stroke camera. As far as this aspect is concerned, the DCIM stroke camera, Warrant Officer Ndlovu testified as follows regarding this property, and this we see on the 10th of June 2025, page 54, line 1 to 9. Warrant of Ndlovu. And then we are able to tell under the, then it says indistinct, DCIM stroke camera. So therefore, this means that this picture was taken with a said cell phone.
Okay, uthi ke umshushu sesibuyela sithi ehlizansi angitsibheka lapho kubhalwe khona la uDCIM slash camera. Uyachaza ukuthi ke ngufakazi bakhe lobo obathulwa ke mhla ka10 June ngo2025 upage 54 uline 1 ufika kuline 9 ke uyachaza ukuthi ke manje usho ukuthi manje lesithombe lesi ke sathathwa ke ngayo ke le camera.
Ngiphinde Nkosi enkantolo. Ubaba uNdlovu esithombe akazakhuluma ngasekhona.
I'm repeating myself again. Mr. Ndlovu never mentioned this picture before the court.
uNdlovu uveze izithombe lezi engifake khona isigqoko ekhanda lesi nawe wambuza ngaso phambi kwecourt la.
Ndlovu only spoke about the pictures where I was wearing a hoodie, and you also asked him about those pictures here before court.
Awukhuluma iqiniso mawuthi uNdlovu wakhuluma ngalesi sithombe lapha phambi kwecourt akulona iqiniso lelo.
You are not telling the court the truth when you say Ndlovu spoke or mentioned particular this picture before the court.
Mina ngale isithombe lesi ngesami sishuthwe ifoni yami into engiphikisayo ukuthi uNdlovu ukhuluma ngesithombe la leso oshoyo ecourt nane date izinto engiphikisa lapha phambi kwecourt.
I'm not disputing the fact that the picture is my picture and it was taken with my phone. The only thing that I'm disputing is the date and when this picture was taken.
Mr. Ntanzi, you are misconceiving one aspect. What we put it to you was what the explanation of Warrant Officer Ndlovu is regarding this property DCIM camera. That it means that the picture was taken by that specific camera.
Yes, I'm Ntanzi ke uthi ke umshushisi ke akubekela khona ukuthi ke uNdlovu ke wakhuluma ukuthi ke wakhuluma ngalo DCIM camera washo ukuthi ke isithombe lesi sathathwa ke ngale camera le DCIM. Yinto ayishoyo le.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiphinde mina isithomba ngalo ukuthi sishuthwe ngefoni yami angwale lokho into ngiyala phambi kwekatolo ukuthi athuba balo isithombe lesi ngasale date le ayisho athi futhi uNdlovu angisazi ukuthi uthenga into ayichazile yaNdlovu nangiphikisa lo nto leyo ukuthi lapha angalo ukuthi isithombe sithathwa ngefoni ngiphikisa izinto ezithu idate nokuthi uNdlovu utestify le court ngalesi sithombe azange uNdlovu akhuluma ngalesi sithombe lapha ecourt.
My lord, I am not.
It's another thing that's bugging me because Ntanzi keeps explaining to this guy, Walwe, my guy, I don't deny whatever this thing goes, that guy said who's a downloader about the DCIM, whatever it means that this photo was taken by. I mean, I understand all that. Yes, I'm conceding this photo is mine. It was taken by my phone. But the only thing that I'm disputing here is the date. But Balo is ignoring all of that. Even the judge is going to ignore all of that. He's just gonna say that this photo was taken 30 seconds apart, 35 seconds, something like that. It was taken those minutes apart. But Ntanzi is maintaining that the poses are the same. Nothing is changing there. But who would have the balls to take a picture, right, and take the same pose with this, like maybe his hand on the nose or wherever the hand of Ntanzi may be, and then stay like that for 30 seconds until he takes another picture? I mean, the things that are being said that in court, they don't align with reality, like with what's possible in the physical sense. They're just trying to make us believe. I mean, Balo came with 1,000 books there, 1,000 laws, 1,000 codes that he's going to use. But there are not all of them aligning with reality. I mean, I don't understand what they're trying to drive here. Let me just read. Skills DJ says the judge is compromised, very compromised. You would see how he's reacting to Ntanzi. He's trying to convince you, even telling him his lawyer must tell him what sort of software is. And then when he explains it himself, he's talking rubbish because he's saying it has to take the software that was being used was picking up a very, like a word that's really wrong to describe that. Capsules. It was picking up capsules. Who said capsules? I mean, the judge is listening to the wrong things. And then he's trying to convince us as he's on the right path. I mean, I don't get what Balo is trying to get here. Is he trying to say after Ntanzi agrees to this photo, It's gonna say, okay, since you say you took the photo on this day, that means you took that photo on the day that we're claiming that you made this calls. So this calls, that means by default you agree to these calls. That means these calls were made by you, and then here's our connection. I mean, is that what you're trying to get it? Doesn't make sense. Let's just listen some more, and I'll come back with some more commentary. It doesn't really make sense what the judge is trying to prove himself by trying to convince us on some things that are not there. Let's just listen.
Not disputing the fact that this picture is my picture and it was taken with my camera. I am only disputing two things: the date, and also when you say Ndlovu testified to the court concerning this particular picture. Those are the only two things that I'm disputing.
Then it says, just below path created, that is the date it was saved. It says 2020 09 24 13 43 and 22 seconds.
This means the time the picture was taken.
Was saved.
Okay, uyezwa ke mnumzana, isithombe lesikuthi ke siyasaseviwa ke mhla ka 2020 0924 i-date le, then isikhathi beku 13:43:22.
Masingena sikiphi indawo ngaleso sikhathi leso sithombe?
Saved from where?
After it was taken with your phone on your memory card. When yes, that it went into the memory time. It was saved, then went into the memory card at that time.
Siseviwe ke sasesiya ku memory card ke ngaso lesikhathi.
Mina lokho ngivumelane nakho lo.
I'm not agreeing to that.
Mina ithombe zambe zikhona efonini, ezinye zigcwele efonini, ezinye zigcwele memory card. Futhi memory card yami igcwele ama-video engoma nama-video ebhola memory card.
And I'm not agreeing to that, my lords, because my phone was full of my pictures and also the memory card full of pictures. And just to indicate again, my memory card was full of pictures from the soccer and also from the ingoma traditional dance.
Ezinye ithombe bezikhona efonini yomani eziningi ngiyazi ukuthi zingapha efonini ezincane zikumemory card.
A lot of pictures were on the phone and just some of you were in the memory card.
It says we've already put this date modified. It says 2020 09 24 30 13 43 22. Then it says accessed when the phone was looked at. It says 2020 09 24 00 0000.
But ke iphone ke nayo ke baye bayibheka ke mhlambe ngayo usuku lolu 2020 0924 okusuku isikhathi ke beku 000000.
Do you have any comment?
Khona mhlambe ufuna ukusho kulokho?
Ukuthi ngi-understand angizwanga kahle ukuthi mayithi ifoni bake bayibheka xubone mhlambe ngizophendula iphendulo kuyona yona.
When you say the phone was looked at, what do you mean?
The photo.
The photo. Isithombe. No, na iphone ngiyaxolisa. Isithombe. Zabukwa ke ngayo usuku lolo 24 September 2020 000000.
Zibukwa yibo noma yini?
Looked at by who, them or myself?
Well, the said version is that by you.
But when?
Akulona iqiniso.
That is not correct.
Listen to that. So this is what they're saying. This is what they're alleging, that Ntanzi at some point was in possession of the phone. This is all that they're trying to prove. The whole day with this, with pictures that were not declared from the start, and the judge decided to let Rata Mpek Baloi lead new evidence during cross-examination when he himself had already closed his case. This is just rubbish. And I'm hearing Tebohoma Uche saying, we need democracy. Bruh, we got it, but I think democracy I think the people, the politicians out there, whoever feels the need to, I think democracy is a played out system, because it's not really giving the people a fair chance on the ground. These people that got degrees, I think they have to come up with new systems. There have to be a better system than democracy. I think so. There has to be a system of the people's governance, people governing, and there's not really a leader who is collected, who is elected by the people. No, we don't work like that. We elect a bunch of people, and each community must have that bunch of people there in the highest forms of governance. Democracy, I think somehow it's working against us, because you select a party and the party decide to select whoever they want to select at their own conference. So I think it's played out. Anyway, let's go back to our case. We were just diverted a little bit there by our friend Mr. Tebohoma Upche. Thank you for popping in, King. Now, this is what they're trying to get at. They're trying to say Ntanzi had the phone on the 22nd of September 2020. Doesn't make sense. Now, how do they explain that wall of when Ntanzi says he's home, he was just coming from work 3 days before, something like that? I mean, everything that Baloi has brought. You remember when they tried to convince us that when you take a photo, that download of them, when you take a photo with a selfie, it gets reversed or something like that. And this thing is not really a feature on many photos. And even that camera that they're talking about, that it was a selfie, that phone didn't have a selfie camera. It was just a camera at the back. So you see, the things that they're trying to convince us to believe here, just not well thought out. They're just trying to feed us rubbish, and we have to buy it. Anyway, guys, I don't want to take too much of the time. I just want to get to the point where Judge Rata is coming in and trying to help Baloi.
Then turning on to page 949, still part of exhibit U6. The metadata continues of the previous page. This first picture that we are looking at says time 2020 09 24 13 43 21, and it says the original time 2020 09 24 says 13 43 21, and it says digitized time 2020 09 24 13 43 21. Says equipment manufacturer Samsung, equipment model is SMJ500F, and then it gives the software used.
Can you please show me that information on the screen? My lord, there's the picture or the photo that I was referring to. This picture, I took it when I was with Gwabeni, and this, where the picture was taken, is Lango's house. This picture was taken after I left Rustenburg going home. So my question still stands: who changed the date on the picture? If I'm not making a mistake, my lord, I had maybe about 2 or so back home.
Mr. Ntanzi, with the greatest of respect, you are confusing issues. The metadata that we are currently discussing pertains to the picture that we've shown you, not this picture.
Uthi ke umshushisi ke ungathi uphambanisa izinto ke lokho akhuluma ngakho manje kukhuluma ngalesithombe lesi besisebenza ngaso lesi hayi lesi sivelile manje ukhuluma ngalesithombe lesoqala lesi ke besikhuluma ngaso.
You'll see, I'll just ask my colleague just to scroll down. You'll see that the metadata of this appears just below the picture, 27 March 2020. So,
mina lapha kodwa ngisiphambanisa izinto angithi mina ngicela ungivezele isithombe wangivezele babusebande isithombe mina into engiphambanisa phambi kwakho ngihamba ngolayini angithi ngilandela wena
I'm not
ngicela ungivezele isithombe wangivezele.
Did Baloy say 27 March 2020? Did he just say that? Let's just go back a little bit. He just told us the real date of the picture there. And then he made a mistake. Listen. Just listen carefully when he's reading the date.
2020 09 24 says 13:43 21, and it says digitized time 2020 09 24 13:43 21, says equipment manufacturer Samsung, equipment model is SMJ500F, and then it gives the software used.
Ngisacela ungivezele la screen ngize ngizobona kahle kumnyama.
Can you please show me that information on the screen?
Garata doesn't like it.
Because enkantolo naso-ke isithombe lesengikhuluma ngaso.
My lord, there's the picture or the photo that I was referring to.
Isithombe lesi ngishutha mina ngiyagwabeni ngakho ngihamba nolango umfowethu sesithombe ngishutha ngiyagwabeni indlu kalangole.
This picture I took it when I was with Gwabeni, and this where the picture was taken is Lango's house.
Mangisuke eRustenburg amalanga ecorona ngiyeka manje sishintsha ubanika idate wasona futhi.
This picture was taken after I left Rustenburg going home. So my question still stands: who changed the date on the picture?
Mangaphosa isikose enkantolo ngathi mangenamalanga ama-2 lamathathu ngifikile ekhaya lapha.
If I'm not making a mistake, my lord, I had maybe about 2 or so back home.
Mr. Ntanzi, with the greatest of respect, you are confusing issues. The metadata that we are currently discussing pertains to the picture that we've shown you, not this picture.
Uthi ke umshushisi ke ungathi uphambanisa izinto ke lokho akhuluma ngakho manje kukhuluma ngalesithombe lesi besisebenza ngaso lesi hayi lesi sivelile manje ukhuluma ngalesithombe lesoqala lesi ke besikhuluma ngaso.
You'll see, I'll just ask my colleague just to scroll down. You'll see that the metadata of this appears just below the picture, 27 March 2020. So,
mina lapha kodwa ngisiphambanisa izinto.
7 March 2020. Which picture is that one now? Which has that date? And why is that date not so prominent in Baloy's topic? Something is wrong here. Let's just listen some more.
Angithi mina ngicela ungivezele isithombe wangivezele babusebande isithombe mina into engiphambanisa phambi kwakho ngihamba ngolayini angithi ngilandela wena. Ngicela ungivezele isithombe wangivezele babusebande.
I am not confusing anything before the courts. I made a request and requested that the picture be depicted for me on the screen, and it was this picture was the one that was depicted on the screen for me.
So the metadata, Mr. Ntanzi, that we've been going through continues from page 948 up to 949, and it ends where we have just read out. The picture that you are referring to is a completely different picture. That picture was taken on 27 March 2020. So we're not talking about this picture. We're still talking about that first picture that we have shown to you.
Eh,
And the
Mzansi Ntanzi.
metadata that we have traversed so far refers to that picture.
Mnumzane Ntanzi, okwamanje ke asikhulumi ngale sithombe lesi esibonakalayo lapha kumabona kude wethu. Sakhuluma ke mala nasithombe lesokuqala asikaqedi ke ngoba manje ngithi manje ufakazi bakhona bayaqhubeka bungena kwelinye ikhasi elilandelayo. Naye iyasho ukuthi ke manje ikhasi sakhona bekuyi 2020 24 September 1341 ikhulume ukuthi ke umshini wasetshenziswa ke bekuyi Samsung imodel yefoni yakhona beku SMJ 5005.
Do you understand?
Uyazwisisa lokho akusho?
So we're not talking about this picture.
Asikhulumi ngalesi sithombe lesi sakhuluma ngalesi esokuqala.
Mina
Now, why did you fly that picture if it says picture to be shown? Why are you showing a wrong picture? That you're gonna say no, we're not talking about that picture. But this guy told you to fly that picture. I mean, well, it's just a crook. That's just allegedly.
futhi ngicela ukubona isithombe bakuthi bantu ngivezela isithombe ingakho ngiphendula ngesithombe.
My lord, I requested that I've been shown a picture and then Mr. Nsebande showed me this picture.
Maye kungesimaka ukuthi mhlambe mina ngiyalokhoza ngoba ngivezela lapha escreenini isithombe ngiphendula lento engiyibona.
Why was this picture depicted? Because I'm responding to what I'm seeing depicted on the screen.
We can go back to the picture, the first picture, just so that Mr. Ntanzi, that there's no confusion.
Balo is confused himself. He's confused. This guy told me, he told him, show me the picture that you're talking about. And he did. Now, when he says, yeah, this picture was taken at home, now it's come with stories. This is not the picture that we're talking about. I mean, what type of business is this that Balo is conducting? Just shady business.
We're talking all the time about this picture. The metadata that you've been quoting refers to this picture.
Lokho sikhuluma ngako ke metadata nako konke lokho kuvela kule khasi lesibili lokho sikhuluma ngalesithombe sona lesi. Asikafiki kulesithombe lesibili. Okay.
Right. We continue. We have traversed the metadata that pertains to this picture on page 949. The next picture that we wish to draw your attention to is page 951 of 5471 of exhibit U6.
Sesithanda ukuthi siqhubekele phambili ngoba sesikhulumile ngesithombe sokuqala sesifuna manje ukuthi manje siya kulo sinye isithombe ke sivela lapha ku page 951 makhasi wonke mawaphelele 5471.
So exhibit 6, sorry.
Exhibit 6.
Can you once again identify the person on that picture?
Ubani lo muntu ovela kulesithombe?
Isithombe sami kwazinkandwa.
It's my photo.
And can you describe the hair? Your hair?
Ungasichazela inwele zakho ukuthi ke bezinjani?
Izinwele zami ikhulile.
It's my hair, it has grown.
Now, looking at the properties of the photo, it says file name, the date 2020 09/24, and it says metadata in brackets full. It says equipment make Samsung, equipment model SMJ 500F is the make and model of the device that was used to take the photo. Do you agree Mr. Ntanzi, that the make and model of your equipment accords with the...
Listen to that tricky question. The make and the model of the phone accords with your phone. Now, here's something that I noticed about the reading of the properties of that photo. Doesn't a photo show you time that it was taken? Let me just search it first. I think it does. I think it does show the time. I think it does, man. Yes, they do. They are. I think I know. Yes, mobile phones and smartphones show the time and are highly. Sorry, man. Mobile phones pics. I was very short. Pics. Let me just do it proper. Yes, still right. Mobile phone pictures almost always record the exact time and date they were taken within the file-headed metadata, if data. You can view this information by opening a photo in your gallery app, swiping up or checking the details information. You don't even need their XRY that they are talking about. So why is that one of Baloi not having the time that it was taken? Something is fishy with this information.
The equipment make and model metadata.
Uma sesiqhubeka futhi ke lesithombe lesesibili ke kusiyabonakala ukuthi ifile lakhona ke benze ngo-2020 0924 and ikhuluma ukuthi ke yathathwa ke ifoni enjani model lakhona ke J500F. Uthi ke umshushisi Ntanzi ke uyavuma ukuthi ke manje ke le phone le yathatha ke lesithombe lesi ke iyafana ke nefoni yakho wena.
Mina zange ngithi sisithombe sithatha ngefoni makaze ngitshele ikhoda lakho.
I never said the code that this picture was never or was not taken with my phone.
Mina into engibuze ikhoda uthi ubani oshitshe lezi thombe date.
My question before the court is that who changed the dates on these pictures?
Because
the date that is written here is not the date of this picture.
And then it says date, time, 2020, 0924, 1343:58. And below that it shows the original date and time. It says 2020, 0924, 1343:58. Also shows the digitized time 2020, 0924, 1343:58.
Isithombe ke lesiyakhombisa ke usuku kanye futhi ke nesikhathi ikhombisa ukuthi ke beku 24 September ngo2020 isikhathi ke futhi ke so 1343:58.
Okay, they just mentioned the time there. It's fine. I was just surprised that they didn't do it in the first round.
And the path, it says DCIM stroke camera. We have quoted the passage.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Sorry for that.
Where Warren Sandlovu testifies about the meaning of DCIM camera, namely that the picture was taken with a said cell phone.
Just get
Ithombe
nearer to the
inekhodi
judge.
lizona zonke lezi thombe phambi kwami uyinekhodi ufuna ikhodi mangikhuluma ibuke lento engikhulumayo.
Can you kindly just print all these pictures that I'm talking about, give them to the court? As I give the explanation, the court will be following and looking at the pictures.
The photos are displayed there on the screen. As we put to you, Mr. Ntanzi, that the photos were taken seconds apart, 37 seconds apart.
Izithombe ke nazo ke ziyaboniswa khona lapha kumabona kude ngithi kodwa uthi umshutshisi afuna ukukhomba
And it's affecting Balo. Like, it's really affecting him, man. Like, Balo is not getting his way with intense. He's trying hard, but it's not working.
khona uthi ukubona ukuthi le thombe lezi ke zishiyana lephala nge-37 second.
Rustenburg to KZN izinto ezihlukene lezi.
Is correct because I'm also unable to follow which metadata relates to what photo here. So maybe the state is in a position to follow that, but as I have these photos in my cell phone, which were sent at 8:52 this morning, I'm trying to
No matter what the judge says, Balo is gonna ambush them all the time. Even when he was told to give them those things yesterday, guess what? He gave them early this morning. So what must they do? I mean, come on. And then listen to the judge when he comes in.
to relate to what metadata relates to what photo. What metadata relates to what photo? I'm unable to decipher that. I think if they are in a hard copy, I'll then be able to follow as to what metadata relates to what photo. Because as it is happening now, the state is interchanging and says that this page starts from this photo's information, the metadata relating to this photo starts from this page and then it ends up to the following page. It's very confusing as I have them in my cell phone. I think there I agree with Mr. Ntanzi that the best way is for the state to print these photos and hand them to Mr. Ntanzi, and we also have a copy of what Mr. Ntanzi will be having for us to be able to follow as to what metadata relates to what photo. As it is, it's very confusing.
Uyachaza komele ukuthi ke naye ke udidekile
On purpose. I think they did it on purpose, but like this, for him to send these messages in the morning, and then the metadata and the photos are not coming in the same package, in the same page, on the same page. I think the metadata and the photo should be on the same page. How come they are in two different pages? I mean, I don't get it. What type of research is that? What type of and then, I mean, how do you explain away duplication happening in that type of format? I don't get it, man. How is it that the metadata and the phone, things that are talking about the same thing? The metadata is explaining the photo, but it's not with the photo. How is that possible? Nah. There's a whole lot of loopholes that the state is exploiting in order for them to be doing what they're doing right now.
njengawe Ntanzi ngoba manje uma ebheka lesithombe lezi akazi ukuthi manje ke idata yiphi ewela kwesiphi isithombe naye akazwisisa ukuthi ke uqoqa mhlambe naye umshushisi manga printer lesithombe lezi ke nabo banikezwe bazokwazi ukulandela ke ngendlela ke umbuso nabo bengakhona ukuthi bazokwazi ukubona ukuthi umbuso ukhuluma ngani futhi kuphi.
To start with, we have printed these photos with the relevant metadata, and the witness is using the printed photos.
Sorry. It's obvious there are two different photos.
Well, in terms,
I just want us to listen to what Barry said then. So he saw the need to print for Ntanzi only, somebody who's not learned. But yet there's a defense there. The people who represent him, just send them whatever he sent them, the things that are separated, the metadata, a photo with metadata about the photo that are separated. And then they're expected to just work flawlessly without experiencing problems, to follow nicely. Then listen to the father saying, the father now is going to come with his own story, trying to poison the world. Listen.
Not time. In terms of time.
Yes. Seconds.
Seconds. You say the difference is 37 seconds.
Yes.
Why don't you take a pen and draw underneath that 37 seconds on the other photo, right?
Yes.
And draw a corresponding line on the other photo, which is 30 seconds slower, or not slower, which was taken 37 seconds thereafter.
Yes.
There are two photos, is that not so?
Yes.
It's one.
You would think that this judge is really listening here, what's going on here. The crux of the matter is Ntanzi does not deny that this is his photo. It does not deny that it was taken by him. It is him from his phone. The only dispute here is that time that Rata now is claiming that the only difference is 30 seconds. He's just ignoring that, totally ignoring the fact that there's a dispute with the time. And then in his mind, he's just accepting that somebody can stay with a pose for 30 seconds, same pose for 30 seconds. Is that possible? You would think a reasonable judge will be coming with a reasonable idea and say, okay, this guy is saying he's not denying that it is him, he's not denying that his phone was used there, but he is denying the date. It is changed. Now, Baloi, present the facts to say that this date is not changed. But no, he's instead helping him. He's trying to help Baloi to explain away this problem. Problems is caught.
One photo, actually. When I
Yes,
say
it's one photo,
there are two
yes.
exposures,
Yes.
to use the correct language.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So the first exposure is 37 seconds less.
Yes.
And the next one is 37 seconds after evidence.
Yes. Precisely the point, my lord.
So show your learned colleagues here.
Yes. Then
Can I
secondly-
adjourn in the meantime?
Yeah. But secondly, just before adjourn, is for council to print. We've sent the information to them. If they want it in a hard copy form, there's nothing that stops council from.
So according to Rata, that was the only problem he had to solve. And then what's this thing with him adjourning like quick this time? Like these days it's just so quick to adjourn without even understanding the problem. I mean, he's there to solve problems, to help, but he's not adding any value, like according to me. He's just confusing the matter. Because if he was somebody else, he would have said, Baloi, you are presenting too many ways, confuse things. The defense told them you must give them whatever 5 photos that you said you're going to present, print them out, just put them there, and then you must say, Baloi, there's a reason Baloi doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to give the defense lawyers all the papers that he's going to work on because he doesn't want to be found out, because there's a whole lot of cooking going on. He knows that if he gives them the paper, there's no way that he can say, nah, this metadata is for this phone, this metadata is for this photo. Because as he's doing now, you heard Baloi, when Ntanzi was saying, yeah, this photo is mine, it was taken at home, I was 3 days home and stuff like that. And then he decided, no, that's not, we are not talking about that photo. But just a minute